Um, we're going to have some sound while I'm talking, and it's the sound of the pan flutes of the rainforest, because I invite you this morning to a contemplative walk through the Amazon rainforest. There have been 3 pieces of Palo Santo, the holy wood from Peru, that have been handed out to each area. Would you please hold it, smell it, and put your commitment in as you hold that piece of wood. Put your commitment in it and pass it on to the next person. And the last person to complete that, we're going to give them to John to burn on the way down on that long boat ride to the Rio Pisque. We're waiting for that first slide. Whoops. Uh-oh. I guess it knocked when I fell off. I think I'm the only one who fell getting up here. Okay. What we have on the screen is a picture of the aura of a cup of Shipibo tea. I am indebted to Silver Ambassador Sharon Junung from the Quad Cities, who has shared that with Ron, who gave it to me to show today. And this is what we're talking about, that level of energy today. So, a treasure tea sample given to me 7 years ago became a call from the rainforest to me personally to reclaim, to recover, and to remember. I can tell you that as I sipped that cup of tea, I was immersed in the balanced divine space of a whole new level of truth and reality, and my life was changed forever. With each sip, the vibrational impact of the interconnectedness of all beings began to resonate deeply within me. I was transported to the living, meditative space of the paradox, and that is into the stillness that holds both total vulnerability and change congruently. And it offered me neither consolation nor despair. Once in the mystery of that place of life and death, that space of divine innocence, I was open to a level of new fearlessness never known to me before. There was a deep feeling that transcended any possibility of fear in that space, gracing me to stay safely in the abiding stillness that can hold rampant change and growth simultaneously. Think about that. Now, as one is more and more able to sustain this awareness and withstand the tension of the paradoxes in the mystery of life and death, and as one is able to hold awareness of the ruthlessness, the awareness of the lack of complaint, the sense of sacrifices occurring even as awareness is expanding, one also sees in that space there's no less than, more than, in such a consciousness. One sees that ultimately in that space there is only deep peace, paradox, and what is. A beingness where anguished death cries sound out alongside the morning bird's melody. That cup of tea changed me forever. I felt invited to participate. I felt invited to become a messenger for the sacred plants and animals, to become a trailblazer. I felt called and enabled to assist cutting through the collective thickets of pain and despair. This collective despair showed up recently in a dream of a client of mine. She kindly gave me permission to share it with you. In this very stark dream, she said, I was feeding a caged rabbit shredded paper when suddenly, with an anguished scream, the rabbit cried out, "No earth!" The dream is so stark, it calls attention to the frightening condition of Mother Earth right now. It touches me to hear the dream again. May we heed this deep call from her now to provide for all of her creatures. This is possible, and you can be a part of the bigger solution through your work and your business with Amazon Earth Company. Now keep in mind that your business will be a direct reflection of your state of consciousness. We all go in and out of being awake and being aware, of being living in divine remembrance. Ask yourself, am I truly relational at the core? Invite yourself to feel into the deep dimension of that question. You may have noticed that people are mostly not relational. Most have that necessary persona level that assists us all to get along decently with one another. However, true self-inquiry and deep stillness are always required to stay in balance. They're always required. Otherwise, one hovers dangerously at the edge of the abyss of collective despair and falls in. Transcendence of this is an individual, person-to-person, moment-by-moment invitation. I believe you and I are here to do that. We are here to invite people to open the door to interconnectedness with the world. We are here to invite them to remember that all free life is divine. We are here to invite them to heal. We are here to invite them to serve the life force. We are here to invite them to learn how to be happy. We are here to invite them to the possible and the true potential of their lives. So let us listen. Let us invite. Let us open the door for healing to begin for all life. Let us be the unstoppable messengers. Let us bring the news of the restoration of the lost memory of interrelatedness and interconnectedness with all beings. Now, there's no one who's not permeated with patterns of stress, blame, judgment, less than, more than, structures of suffering. We remain mostly identified with these painful experiences that we hold on from our original personal divine givers, our parents, school, church, society. Think about it. This baggage of turmoil is mostly what we bring to our daily life and to our business. It's well known that one is required to travel light to the rainforest. A lot of baggage just won't work for that journey. As adults, consider that we bring the baggage of overloaded, patterned ego contraction with us. More than likely, not our true shining selves to others or to our businesses all of the time. Most of us at the little self level are so identified with these early injuries and insults of our growing up experiences that the natural abiding flow of the truth within the opposites, within the instincts, within the intuition, and within the river of life are sealed off. They're dammed up, they're submerged, and unavailable to consciousness most of the time. Furthermore, because of this, the ego in this contracted state just doesn't want to even give it up. It doesn't want to give up the identification with the suffering. Most of us humans are so injured in the true flow of giving and receiving. We withdraw, we contract further, we isolate, we seal ourselves off into what I call narcissistic, self-attacking compartments of false self-knowing, where we stay in avoidance and refuse to go through or beyond this condition of reactivity and avoid relationship. Only the human is called to ponder the question, what to do? What to do? This reflection, this question, brought me the following question. Does the caterpillar relate to its process? That it will seriously change and grow wings. How awesome is that? We're never going to know the answer to that. Well, maybe we will, but right now it's not known. But as humans, we are called to know, to choose, to consciously align ourselves with that deep instinctual level of trust and knowing. Jung called it the spiritual instinct. For me, this is the invitation from every cup of tea, offering real trust and remembrance of our own process of transformation in our own life-death experience that we share with all beings. Consider the vitality and the strength and the interconnectedness in every herb that we ingest. Let's receive that memory. Let's receive that strength and that energy of uninhibited growth, stretching us. It stretches us beyond. It moves us into a level of unimaginable regeneration that we can then share with the world. May we truly be able to hum the song of real life as our wings dry and we prepare for unknown flights of service. Imagine receiving that level of knowing, that level of trust in the process of your life. Accept also my invitation to self-observe, to see where you might be identified or stuck, not free. Consider what your effects are on others. Consider what might need to be dissolved or sacrificed in your life to be able to leap into some new level of growth. Be willing to look within. Be willing to feel the paradox, to feel anything holding you back, to feel the truth of your process, and to trust your process fearlessly so you can inch into the awesome growth that will call you an Amazon Herb Company. Perhaps the biggest word here is sacrifice. Did you know that that word means to make holy? With conscious understanding, willingness and acceptance of the truth and the reality of sacrifice. It happens, and the rainforest teaches us that. The redirected energy can actually become discernment and intuition. One becomes more and more able to feel into and to align oneself with a sacred yes-no, either or space. There's that paradox, be able to hold the tension there, that facilitates new conscious choices, including the sacrifice of illusion, the sacrifice of despair. Imagine giving up despair. The sacrifice of denial and the sacrifice of suffering. So the question then arises, can the little self courageously and boldly see the felt truth of the larger process it is called to know? And will it consciously choose to sacrifice the patterned, isolated, non-relational ways? Yeah, they were required earlier to survive. But like the caterpillar, they're no longer relevant for a new life or a new life of service in the world. So the call to cooperate with and have compassion for one's own and another's emergence into a new design that couldn't possibly have been imagined. This is the invitation offered with every cup of tea. May you be consciously and compassionately willing to be transformed in depth in Amazon Herb Company for a new fearless life of service. May you listen deeply to the wisdom of yourself and others. May you live with resiliency, strength, and joy. May you tolerate uncertainty and hold the tension between intention and necessary sacrifice. May you feel the happiness of reconnecting with all beings. May you choose to release any baggage of suffering and limitation. May you responsibly maintain a healthy energy field to accomplish your dream. That's really big. May you and your business be a living organism of creativity in motion, interdependent and self-organizing. I wish to especially thank Sandra Alexandra. She's not a member of Amazon Herb Company, but she's the friend who brought me the tea. And she's aware of my evolution, and I honor her for her understanding of my love of tea. She brought me the first sample from a Body, Mind, Spirit show in Dallas, Texas, when I lived in Austin. I also wish to thank, with all my heart, Ron Bond and Barbara Raleigh, who fortunately left their 800 number on the sample, and who, upon being called, drove to Austin from Houston the very next day after I called, so I could begin my transformational journey to reclaim, to recover, and to remember. In honor of their profound love, I would like to share a short poem by Raymond Carver. It goes like this. And did you get what you wanted from this life? Even so? The answer, I did. And what did you want? To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on the earth. May we accept the invitation from the life force offered to us from the rainforest and from Amazon Herb Company to become radiantly alive, to become messengers of loving service in this world, and to live in harmony with all beings. Very special thanks to Amazon John Easterling, who brings to the world the true story of the real treasure and the real gold from the rainforest. May you all be well and radiant and happy and free. Thank you very much.